T-Man 978 Chill Review.
You go and make your expose videos about me if a new Nintendo Switch does.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm going to be reviewing Iron Factory's CYGNUS. It's EX-30. We all know this is supposed to be Skyfire, or Jetfire if you're nasty. But anywho, this is the stuff in the back. This is this stuff. This is the top, and this is the bottom. And that was noises in the background that you're going to just have to live with, because I'm not going to edit that out. Before I forget, because I'm prone to forget things, this figure comes to me by way of Matt, the T-Man bot supplier, and I really appreciate it. This is just a random gift to me. So, yeah, I'm floored and I'm very appreciative. Thank you so much. Anyway, this thing is awesome. Let me start showing you. This is hands down one of the coolest things I've played with all year. It's one of those toys that is like so posable, so dynamic that you just can't put it down because you're putting it in pose after pose after pose, and then the review never gets done because you're too busy posing it. But here he is. I hope you got a good look at him. He has a stand port. It's a 5mm stand port in his back, so he can hold 5mm peg guns from regular size Transformers. So there you are with that. And of course you can use my Bandai Tamashii Nation Stage Act 4 trick. Let me show you. Typically on a stand you would use this arm right here, but if you use this long arm extension, you can put this in upside down, and on the other end is a 5mm peg, so he can get way more height off the ground, unlike his stand that he comes with. Here's an example. He's very far off the ground right here. For the folks that's been living under a rock, Iron Factory makes Legend Scale, or what's known as Legend Scale robots. Here he is with my Generations Combiner Wars Shockwave right here. And Shockwave is the typical Legends class height, and this is one of Iron Factory's other Legends class size figures right there. I think they only have Legends class size. And this is a Prime Armor right there. Here is Titans Returns RC. So you can see they're roughly about the same height, but this guy is vastly superior to what you can get as far as a Hasbro Deluxe. Like, it is so freaking superior, like engineering wise and articulation wise, definitely, and the amount of accessories, it is nuts. But it costs way more, like way more than a Deluxe, but you get what you're paying for. The closest thing I can compare it to you, it's like if SH Figuarts decided to start making transforming action figures, and yeah, they're on the same level, like engineering wise, and well, actually this would be more than a SH Figuarts because it has all the articulation, and it can transform at the same time, and it comes with way more accessories than you would typically get for an SH Figuarts for around the same price. I'm doing things in a totally different order than I normally would. I'm just showing off a bunch of comparisons and whatnot, but he is so fun. He is capable of using Transformers weapons because he has a 5mm port hand, and he can hold Shockwave as a hand cannon because he has a 5mm port peg. Before I keep going on and on, let's get into the figure. Here's a close-up on his head, or one of his heads. It can look up and down and tilt and whatnot because it's on a ball joint, but it also is on a hinge, so the head can come forward and look back. That like really accommodates like flying up or flying poses and whatnot. Here is the back of the head is very tight on this ball joint. You have one of two options: push it off carefully off of this ball joint, or unscrew the back of the head so you can replace the head. If you're too lazy to unscrew the head, the best way to do it is to bring it back and pull it off like that and put it back on the same way. And there you go, easy as pie. I took his wing pack off, which you can do. He's bigger than the average Iron Factory toy, but he's still small, and his head is very, very tiny, as you can tell by my finger right there. But that's the detail on that. To get this wing pack on, you basically have to put this on there. This is a slider for transformation, and there are 2 peg holes or 2 ports right there, and he has 2 pegs. So basically put that on there and peg that in there. One issue I have with him, one of like the only issues I have with him, is those 2 pegs do not peg in very tight, so that will constantly be coming out. But the peg down here typically keeps it on his back at least. Other articulation, let's get into that. The arms can go up like this because it's on a hinge, but it's also on a ball socket, so he kind of has like this action right here, and there's an additional hinge right there. So this guy's arm range is crazy. It bumps into the wings, and that's what helps detach it off of those 2 pegs. If you wanted to, you could bring the wings down here, so that will not be an issue. Now his arms have free motion. He has the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that gives him the complete range right there. And what it looks like, that stuff like that bothers certain people. The wrist rotate. They only rotate. They don't like move up and down or in and out. But because they're detachable for his other optional hands, they come off of this peg, which is a 5mm peg. So actually, he could put guns into that hand. I never thought about that. But besides this weapons holding hands, he comes with this pointing finger, so he can point, telling the Autobots stuff and whatnot. And he comes with 2 fists that I didn't even take off the sprue because I'm never going to use them, but they are clenched up fists right there that you can't do anything with besides, I guess, punch people. Maybe if I decided in the future to do a pose like that, I would do that. And he has 2 of those, and he has 2 of these, and 2 weapon holding hands. Well, I guess if you pop this is supposed to hold that in, but if you pop that, the hand is capable of rocking, so I take that back. He has this rifle. It's only painted right there, but it is very big. It's almost as long as Shockwave, and almost tall as a Legends class size figure. Kinda hollow on the bottom, but I guess that's to help his arm not fall down over time. But the articulation down here, he has an extreme ab crunch. I love it. These get out of the way so that his leg can kick forward this much, but due to that ab crunch, you can fake it and make it look like he kicks all the way forward. Then he has this joint right here, which these are connected to. I let him kick all the way out to the side, and he can kick back. He has a rotation right there and double jointed knees. He has this ankle that lets him get that much pivot. It can go the other way. It can come forward a bit and rock back. And this toe does that. But they mostly go in. That doesn't really help you too much for anything. And this heel spur can move around. But you can shift this hinge. You can shift the hinge to get the foot forward. If you're not doing it too crazy like I just did, it won't pop off. And I just said you don't have to worry about this, but as you saw, it did just pop off. So depending on what you're doing, like demonstrating articulation like I was just doing, it might eventually rock off and fall off. I'll let you see this detail right here. Oh yeah, one more thing you can do. You can open this up. And if you bend this, you can get these guns out. So now he has like these shoulder mounted cannons right there. And just messing around with this dude, he's armed to the teeth. The cartoon characterized him as like a scientific warrior and whatnot, or a scientific officer. It's like looking at him though, he's so armed to the teeth. I just can't imagine why he didn't just destroy all the Decepticons by now. These articulate, and these don't really articulate. The articulation is just at the ankle. But if you want, you can take these guns off. You can take these off. It's a little bit difficult. It's a 5mm peg. You gotta wedge something under there to get this off, but I'm not gonna waste your time. These are also pegged in to the back with these square pegs, and they put some paint detail under here, so if you don't want those on there, here is his base form right here, not being armed up. Oh wait, this should be up higher. There you go. This is his base form, unarmed. On the cartoon, I don't remember him being completely armed. He did have like red there, but I don't know if he had actual guns. But we took these wings off from down there. You could reattach them upside down if you wanted to, or maybe if you wanted to, let's see, you could go ahead and put these up here if you wanted. So he has options. You can, let's see if this fits down there. It won't come all the way over there, but if you wanted to, you could swap this stuff all around. You should be able to put this in his hand and give him some. No, you can't get it in the hand. I can get it in there, but not good. If you want something like this, you can port this on his back. Let me stop playing around. This is the last thing I'm going to show y'all before transformation. Yes, I have this plugged into his hand socket like it's a personal hand cannon, and that's plugged into the hand socket. So like I said, it works with 5mm guns, and I'm willing to bet you that if you watched anybody else review this, I know they ain't show all this. So I deserve a like right now. I deserve a like for this. And while you're down there liking, if you didn't subscribe already, click subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I upload like all week. Transformation. It's simple. Let's start by opening this up right here. I said it's simple. Come on, open. Flip the hands in there. And do the same thing over here. Come on, come on, come on. Open up. Put that in there. Alrighty then. Fold this foot up into there. Or fold that toe up, I should say, up into there. And bring it down. Make sure the foot is as far forward as possible. Now this is a double hinge. Extend that to up here like that. Bring it forward. Extend the double hinge up like that. Now we can bring these forward right here, and the legs just go down into them, into there. It's like magic. Peg that together, bring that up. Now we can bring this back, and there are two pegs on the back of the legs, and this, well, two ports on the back of the legs and two pegs on the back of this thruster back. After you get it in there, we can go ahead and make sure the head is back, lift this panel up, and we can bring this up. This will kind of rotate the head back at the same time. Now we can bring up this nose cone and bring up this part of the nose cone, and take this hinge right here, bring that down, and put this peg into the leg right here on both sides. Bring that down, come on, and port it in. Now I had to work so much, I kind of made this out of whack, but now we just bring the wings back like this, and he is pretty much a futuristic jet. But you see all this empty space? We could take this gun, port it into here, and now he has a weapon down there. You know what else this weapon does? It has landing gear inside of it, and he has landing gear right here in his knees. So let's see, it rolls. But maybe you feel like he's a little bit naked. We can take these things, and here's how I know which side they go on. The screws should be on the inside. Plug that there, plug the other one here, and plug that there. You will, during the transformation, have to detach them and put them this way if you want the guns to be pointing forward. That's unfortunate. So it's I don't know if you want to call that parts forming or parts rearranging. And we can put these back on there. Like, you never have to take these off at all if you don't want to. And you never have to take these thrusters off, but I just did it so you could see what the jet looks like without it, and I wouldn't have to go through that. But here he is. You can adjust these wings to the level you need them to be. They can come back that far. I usually have them out to just this level right here. As I showed off, these thrusters still articulate, and you can still take out these cannons right here. So between this stuff right here, like, he doesn't even have to become a robot to destroy all the Decepticons. Going off of what was in the instructions, he should be able to even fly in space with this jetpack right there. He should be super duper fast. So yeah, last thing to show off in this jet mode is he comes with this little thing right here. You're supposed to cradle it between the gun right here. And now he has a flight stand port. You take the included flight stand, and if you haven't seen this, it comes in like 4 parts. You have this base, you put this here, you put this here, and it's a very tight fit. Put this up there with the 5mm port. They also include this regular size port right there, but you don't need that. You need to put this here. Actually, yeah, there we go. And now you can have him flying. And if you want, you can lay this down like that. Switch it around as needed. And put him on there. Here he is next to a Legends class vehicle. Here he is next to a masterpiece car. Here he is next to a deluxe class monster bot. And yeah, I've like literally no problems with this vehicle mode. For what it is, I have 0 problems. Like, the landing gear has real working wheels. Some masterpiece style jets don't have real working landing gear, and that sucks. I mean, some people could probably complain that if you didn't have this in there, it'll be all hollow. I'm not even going to take it out, but you want the gun storage anyway, so that's cool. If you want, oh, just to let you know, this gun cannot port into this hole, so you can't hold that up on the top, and it can't store there in robot mode. And one thing I forgot to mention in robot mode is, since this wing pack detaches, if you want, you can have his wings upside down on his back if you want this to be up, like the Transformers Generations Jetfire. So there you go with that. This is what it looks like without all that on there if you have this panel shut. Alright, there you go. This thing is awesome. I barely have any complaints. It is a freaking little tiny masterpiece, and I'm happy with it. Thank you once again, Matt, the bot supplier, for this wonderful, wonderful gift. Thank everybody for watching this video. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Click the videos, click the videos, baby, click the videos. You should really click these videos, click the videos, click those videos, baby, click the videos. You really should click those videos, click that shit.